Hello, everybody. This is Tucker Miller here again, and like I said, for my next movie review, I'm gonna be reviewing on How to Train Your Dragon 2. Came out in 2014. So, the plot of this movie is we got Hiccup and his father Stork wants Hiccup to take his place as chief of Brook or Brook, and then yeah. And then, of course, we got Toothless and all the other returning characters, and then meanwhile, Hiccup reunited with his mother, and then and then meanwhile, there's this evil villain who wants to capture dragons and yeah, they got this evil villain who wants to capture dragons and start a whole army of them, and yeah. So it's up to and Hiccup and the others to take him down, and that's basically what the plot is. Now, what do I have to say about How to Train Your Dragon 2? I really liked How to Train Your Dragon 2. I think it's a really good sequel. Sure, it may not be as good as the first movie, but I do enjoy it. It's a pretty good sequel. But not as good, definitely not as good as the first movie. That's for sure. And yeah. And yeah. So anyways, let's talk about the characters, shall we? Toothless, he's a great character. And Hiccup, he's still a great character as well. Astrid, she's still great character as well, and then Hiccup's mom, she's a great character. And it's quite interesting seeing we get to see Hiccup got to reunite with her because she was not in the first movie. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. And Stork, he's a great character, and yeah, and the villain, he's a pretty good. I think he's a great villain. So yeah, and all the other returning characters are great. So yeah. Now, are there any scenes I want to talk about? Actually, only one scene I can think of on top of my head, and that is Stork's death. Yeah, that was a very sad scene. Yeah, that scene was very sad. So yeah. Yeah, and I had a teacher from the 5th grade that saw this movie in theaters, and she said it made her cry. So yeah. How to Train this movie I did not saw in theaters. I also didn't saw Mr. Peabody, and I forgot to mention this in my last review. I didn't saw Mr. Peabody and Sherman theaters, even though I really wanted to see Mr. Peabody and Sherman in theaters, but I never got a chance. But How to Train Your Dragon 2, I also didn't. I did not saw this film in theaters. The only How to Train Your Dragon movie I saw in theaters is the third movie, The Hidden World. And yeah. 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 Yeah, Stork's death, that was a very sad scene, and yeah. And the scene where, actually, there's another scene, where Hiccup reunited with his mom, that was a great scene, and yeah. Yeah, honestly, those are the scenes I could think of on top of my head. So, yeah. Yeah. yeah, How to Train Your Dragon 2. The animation is good, the story is great, and yeah. And this is DreamWorks' second film that they released in 2014. And yeah, they released 3 films that year. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, this, and Penguins of Madagascar. And yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed How to Train Your Dragon 2. It's a pretty good movie. But definitely not as good as the first movie. And also today, DreamWorks' new film, The Wild Robot is out. So yeah, I might try to go see that. We'll see. And yeah. Yeah. I know I was gonna review on all the DreamWorks films we out The Wild Robot. I'm still around, but kinda didn't got all of them on time. By the time when The Wild Robot is coming out. But, oh well. I'll continue reviewing. Doing reviews in probably a few when vacations, and yeah. But How to Train Your Dragon 2, great. I really like it, but not as good as How to Train Your Dragon 1, that's for sure. So, yeah. So, that's all I can say about How to Train Your Dragon 2. So, I'm gonna give How to Train Your Dragon 2 a 10 out of 10. I cannot think of any flaw with it. So, yes. So anyways, that is it for my movie review on How to Train Your Dragon 2. And stay tuned for my next movie review, which will be on Penguins of Madagascar. But until then, see you in the next video. Bye.